Hello everybody, I am here. I'm here to do an update video because, I haven't been able to update you on anything because I haven't really known anything until now. Today it's all sort of come together. Right, where shall I begin? Let's begin with the bike. I was made an offer for my bike of £400. Was not pleased, as I looked online and I could find many bikes comparable to mine for more than this. And a lot of arguments ensued. There was also a problem that on the paperwork for my bike from the assessor, that it said that it had done 42,000 miles rather than the kilometres. So I had to get that changed, and the only difference that actually made to it was £100. So it's been done. There's nothing, I can't get any more for it. Betty has been given a value of £500. Now this isn't great for me because £500 is only enough to. Oh, there's not actually enough to buy the shittest one I've found on Bike Trader yet. But it's all right. 500's all right. I can get the rest of the money. I've got a couple of ideas actually. I might be having a word with Sinis because I didn't realise they were down in Brighton. So Sinis, I don't know how long it's going to be yet, but I might be in contact with you if you want me to, make your bike as loved as Betty was. Right then, injuries. As you know, my thumbs were the damaged items, and as I mentioned in my last video, they didn't x-ray my left hand. Well, I was continuing having problems with them, and I went back to the doctors on Thursday or something. I was transferred. I got a referral to the hospital to have my hands looked at, and that was the day before yesterday, and had my knee looked at. They actually x-rayed my left hand for the first time since the accident and discovered I need surgery. So they really did fuck up in the first instance, because I could have had this surgery either that day or very soon after the swelling had gone down a bit more. What I've actually done is a thing called Gamekeeper's Thumb, and if you follow me on Facebook, you will know about this because I've been putting it all on Facebook and Twitter. So if you're not following me on there, follow me on there because I can keep you up to date a lot easier than doing this, because I actually have to sit and make a video. It's called Gamekeeper's Thumb, and it's basically one of the tendons which connects from one of these bones to one of these bones that stops your thumb from doing this downwards. It's snapped a piece of bone that's got the tendon attached to it off, so the operation is going to involve screwing that back on. Most probably going to have a pin that will go down my entire length of my thumb while it's healing to stop it bending, and then a cast for a couple of weeks, maybe longer, or at least a splint. So my hand is going to go from being relatively functioning, I mean I can use it but I can't lift a lot with it, to completely useless. But oh well, it's getting fixed. There was a bit of a fuck up. I should have actually having that surgery today if you'd been following Facebook and stuff. But when I was in there, they said it was on the 10th because it was my birthday when I went in there. Yeah, birthday's just gone. I'm now 27 and old. The day they looked at my hand, the hand specialist said, "Yeah, we're gonna operate on this," and they were trying to arrange when that was going to happen, but they couldn't work it out that day. They said it was going to be today. But they'd have to confirm the time, so they said go home, we'll contact you. Well, they didn't get back to me. I rang them twice yesterday, left messages, and yeah, heard nothing. So I called them this morning and said, yeah, I'm supposed to be having surgery today, but you've not told me anything about it. And they've said, oh yeah, you are booked in for today, but no one told you. That's terrible. So I'm very apologetic. The NHS have been, the specialists are very good, but apart from that, I'm getting quite peed off the NHS. But whatever, it's now on Monday, so that's good. My knee, I have to do another cutaway shot. As you can see, my knee has a knee brace, which is helping me a lot now. The cut in my knee's mostly healed up now. It actually stopped bleeding because it took over 2 weeks for it to heal enough to stop bleeding through. But the specialist with my knee is not very happy with it. He's not sure quite what's wrong with it yet because he can only look at x-rays. But he's now got me booked in for an MRI to have my knee looked at, which will happen in the next few weeks. So my hope for recovery is actually a little bit longer than I thought it was going to be, because as I say, the operation of my hand and the physio to get my hand back working properly is going to be... well, they say you can play sports after having this fixed for after 3 to 4 months generally. Now I don't know if riding a bike includes in that. Gentle riding I think would probably be right after a couple of months. I don't know, I'll find out more. Just trying to think, is there anything else I haven't told you about? Injuries, you know my injuries. Oh, a few things I'm going to mention. People keep asking me about. I don't know what bike I'm going to get next. It's going to be a 125 as I've explained. I've explained why. People keep saying to me, fix Betty. Seriously, it's fucked. Stop telling me to fix the bike. It is fucked. Not to mention the fact that it's been sat in the rain outside on its side for a month unused. It's going rusty. Betty is dead. And thank you for all the response on the Solo My Friend video. I made that video. I didn't mean to make it that sad. I just sort of told the story, and it seems to have made a lot of men cry. And no, I didn't cry while making it. Someone said that to me. For a minute, when I watched it back, I was like, Betty? But no. I'm still getting loads of messages from everyone wishing me well and seeing how I'm doing. Sorry if I don't go back to you individually, but you have to understand that between Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, I get hundreds of messages every few days all asking me how I am, and I don't not appreciate that. It's really nice, but I can't get back to an individual comment at the moment because well, apart from the fact that I'm busy sorting everything out, it's not feasible for me to sit there all day doing that. So I thought I'd just say thank you to you all in this video. From the looks of it, as I understand it, I will be keeping Betty, so I might possibly, as someone has suggested, Northern Light suggested this to me, and I did think of it in the early stages, I might sell a few pieces of Betty on eBay, but I'm going to have to set up another eBay account and another PayPal to keep it secretive, because of my eBay that I haven't used for a long time it's my name, so I can't use it. But yeah, as I say, I might sell a few bits on that might help add to the fund. I'm not entirely convinced if I am or am not going to do that yet. I can't decide. I know lots of you would love to own a bit of Betty, and I would. I mean, if it wasn't for the hassle of eBay and everything, of having to like send things out, and where I'm so limited to not being able to go out, I'd definitely be up for it. But it might be a bit of a problem at the moment. But then, I don't know. Okay, so that has brought you up to date with my knee, or as much as I know about my knee, which is there's something not right, but the MRI is going to prove it. I'll be having surgery on my hand, I say, on Monday, so I'm going to be a bit out of action for a few days, probably after that. It's day surgery, it shouldn't be a big deal. It's general anaesthetic, but I'm probably going to feel a bit crappy for a couple of days after it and might have quite a sore hand. But that's that. The bike, as I say, Betty's value, £500. The next bike is a 125, and it's going to be a Supermoto, because that's the other one yet. Remember, Supermoto. I'm getting a 125 Supermoto, and I don't know what one yet. And for the people who are suggesting bikes to me which cost £3,500 to £4,000, remember, I don't have any money. I've had a lot of comments from people saying, get this bike, get that bike, and I'm like, remember, this isn't a budget. This isn't a budget. Forget that, just do your licence. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to recover from my injuries, and before I've even ridden a bike, because I can't get a courtesy bike because now my claim is being settled, get onto a bike and do my full test without riding for a few months, and then buy a bigger bike. Doesn't sound very realistic, does it? But I'll just put it to you that way. Anyway, so that's all for now. I will do more update videos once I know a bit more. And as I say, also people have suggested I should dig through my hard drive and try and find some outtakes or some unused bits. Now, I'm going to do that, but I squeeze every drop out of most vlogs pretty much, hence having like 20-minute videos sometimes. But I'll see what I can find. There may be a few bits and pieces, some funny little bits from maybe some meetups or something that I haven't used before. So I may look into that. But as I say, with my hand being out of action, or will be out of action, it's going to be a bit tricky. So there you go. Thank you all again for your messages. I am alive, I'm well, I will be back. Do not forget me, keep subscribing. I've got loads of subs at the moment, it's brilliant. I'll catch you next time.